Hello guys, and welcome back to Car Obsession. Today you join me at Cedar Garage German Car Specialists, which in case you don't know is my place of work when I'm not doing YouTube. Today I've got the Audi A6 in for a vehicle health check. The question is, just how bad is it and did I buy a lemon? We shall find out. Wish me luck. Before the health check, I actually had the wheels balanced as I was pretty sure they weren't right. It turned out all four wheels were out of balance, so a good thing I had them checked. It was then time for the vehicle inspection, and to get you as close as I could to the action, I handed one of my GoPros to Scott, one of the technicians. I apologise in advance for the music. The lads in the workshop do like it on the loud side.
Hello, I'm Scott and I work for Cedar Garage, German site. So I'll be carrying out a vehicle health check on Aaron's Audi A3 3-litre V6 diesel today. So I'll give you a quick once around the car with the health check, and we'll point out what needs to be done on the vehicle for today. So first part of the health check, we're going to check the oil, so dipsticks down here. We're going to check the coolant, all the fluids basically. Make sure they're all alright. We're going to take engine cover off as well to make sure there's no fuel leaks going on there regarding the system. So now that engine cover's off, you can see there's not many oil leaks or anything going on in here. It's all pretty good actually. It's all pretty nice and dry. Just quite a lot of road dust, as you can see there. Oil filters here, turbo sits at the back there. And then you've got your injectors on both sides, each bank, which go down here. As you can see, it's all nice and dry, which is pretty good actually, regarding the mileage. So we're just going to check the oil on the vehicle. Just wipe it once, tissue, go again. See the oil level. Yeah, it's a little bit over the maximum, as you can say, so probably a little bit needs draining out of that engine there. Right, so we just found a bit of play in the inner rack arm, as you can see. Quite a bit of movement going on there with this little peach, as you can see. Lovely. So that would need to be replaced, and then followed by tracking to make sure it runs all straight as well. So we just checked the condition of the tyre. Tyre condition looks pretty good, to be fair. No nails or screws in the tyre, so which is pretty good there. Suspension components, they all look good as well. No excessive play or any wear and tear from the bushes. They're all good. All the boots look pretty good there. So the front brakes here, they look fairly new. Look like they've just been replaced very recently, all still within spec and nice and shiny. It's great, we like to see shiny bits. CV boot, that's all good here. ABS, wire and sensors all in good condition as well. Lower arm and connecting rods are all good. Anti-roll bars also in good condition there. So just on the front of the vehicle, headlights got quite a lot of clouding going on. This is just because of the lacquers starting to peel away from the headlight itself. Offside front fog light, you can see it's quite damaged there. So yeah, that'll need replacing fairly soon. Headlamp again on this side, just starting to go a bit funky as well. That's easily done with a bit of scrubbing and, you know, wet and dry, and some water, and then needs polishing afterwards. Right, we go to the Nearside front tyre. That's all in good condition as well. The tyre here, no cuts, bulges or nails to that tyre, which is pretty good as well. Suspension shock absorber, you can see a little bit of weeping going on there. Yeah, so that would need some attention fairly soon. Suspension components, the arms are all in good condition as well, nothing going on there. This side, the inner rack arms are actually pretty good, no play going on there. Disc and pads, again, same as the other side, all in good condition as well. Suspension components down here, very oily. When you've got an oil leak coming from somewhere, so that need investigating as well. Anti-roll bar, all good. Lower arm and connecting rods, all in good condition as well. No excessive play, no knocks and bangs. CV boots also in good condition. Oh, it's got a naughty little scuff going on there. Nearside rear tyre, again, all in good condition as well. No cuts, bulges or nails that tyre. That's all within spec. Disc and pads on the rear. Rear brake pads are getting fairly low, so I recommend they be replaced soon. Brake disc, got a hefty lip going on there, so that need to be replaced when doing the brake pads as well. Suspension components, again, no excessive play, no knocks and bangs, no leaks. They're all in good condition here as well, which is great. Offside rear tyre on the vehicle, again, no cuts, bulges or nails. They're all in good condition as well. Rear disc and pads, same as the other side. Could do replacing fairly soon, getting quite low on the brake pads. They're all about 4mm. And the brake disc, again, hefty lips, so they need to be replaced fairly soon as well. Suspension components, again, no leaks, no knocks or bangs. They're all in good condition here. The suspension components. Right, so we start off with the under tray. That's hanging just a little bit, flapping in the wind. Must get a few taps going on there or knocking. Again, we've got that oil leak, as we mentioned earlier. Underneath the vehicle, can't really see where it's coming from. It's just everywhere, so that needs steam cleaning off and just investigate and see where it's coming from. No leaks coming from the exhaust system, that's all good. Also a gearbox here, no leaks coming from that either, which is all good too. So this is quattro, 4-wheel drive. So you've got a prop shaft here, it goes onto the diff, and then goes onto the both drive shafts, which split off each side to each wheel. No leaks going on there, no excessive play, which is also good. Again, we mentioned suspension components, all good. Rear back boxes as well, nice and secure. So both sides, that's all good. So we've got the rear tow bar as well, that's all nice and secure. We've got the pins here, 8 pins, so that's all good as well. No, that's not loose or anything like that either. Right, now we come to the fun part, tread depths. Right, so this one, Nearside Front, which is on 6, as you can see there. So just where the line meets the top of the tread depth gauge. Offside Front, that's on 7. Bit different to the other side, mil different. Nearside Rear, that one's on 6 as well, as you can see. Offside Rear, that's on 5. Oh, mix and match tyres on that one. Lovely. Right, that is the end of your vehicle health check, and thank you for choosing Cedar Garage.
So then, of course, you join me in the Audi A6, which, by the way, needs a name, so any suggestions would be greatly appreciated. I've got the vehicle inspection in front of me. Hopefully, by now, you would have seen the clips that Scott, the technician, filmed on my GoPro. Not too sure how well they came out because there was music playing in the workshop, so I don't know whether I can use the footage because of copyright issues and so forth. Hopefully, I'll be able to put an overlay or a bit of B-roll in to show the vehicle inspection, but just to go through it, to be fair, it's not quite as disastrous as I may have expected. There are a few items, but nothing really concerning. There's a few ambers, but thankfully no reds, which is always good news. So both of the front headlamps are cloudy. They require cleaning. That's quite an easy job. I'm sure I can do that myself. The driver's side fog lights glass is cracked. Well, yep. Again, that's no drama. The passenger side front shock absorber has got light misting of oil. So basically, the passenger side front shock absorber is starting to wear. No big drama. Although I anticipate that part is probably only available from Audi directly. By the way, I had to replace the front wipers because they were smearing. Believe it or not, I could not get them on the aftermarket. They had to come directly from Audi, which is a bit ridiculous. There's very slight play in the driver's side front inner tie rod. That's part of the steering system. No big whoop. The rear brake pads are approximately 70% worn, so at some point it will need rear brake pads, just general wear and tear. The rear brake discs have a large lip, so the brake discs have a large lip. So next time I go to replace the pads, it will need discs as well. That should be hopefully quite inexpensive. It's got an engine oil leak, which would require an investigation, although Scott believes it could potentially be coming from either the rocker cover or the rocker cover gasket, which I think is quite a big job, so not too sure I'd want to do that myself. And yeah, apart from that, pardon me, it's all looking pretty good. All of the wheels were out of balance, which doesn't surprise me, because when I drove it back from the dealership, it did feel quite funny at speed. I was getting a bit of vibration and juddering, so that doesn't surprise me at all. Yeah, all 4 of the tyres were out of balance, so I'm glad I had them properly balanced, which is good. So hopefully next time I go for a long drive, which will be on Sunday, the car should feel better at speed. So yeah, a few advisories, but nothing overly major. Now, the car does seem to have a bit of a battery drain. I did replace the battery a few days ago, but already the new battery is draining. Not at an alarming rate, but it is still there. So had it in for a diagnostic. It needs further testing, unfortunately. At this stage, it looks like it could either be a tracker fitted to the vehicle, which I think is unlikely. I doubt a car of this age and mileage will have a tracker, not unless it's had one fitted since new. Or it could be the alarm siren, which can be quite common on the Volkswagen Automotive Group cars. But yeah, I would need to get further testing. But to confirm that, for the time being, it isn't a massive issue. I may just have to disconnect the battery or buy a battery isolator off Amazon for about £10 or so. I am doing quite a bit of travelling over the next few days, so I have borrowed a jump pack from work just in case. I shouldn't need it, but better to be safe than sorry. But yeah, if you are in the South Coast area, more specifically kind of Worthing, Brighton, Littlehampton area, and you've got a German car, then be sure to head over to Cedar Garage German Car Specialists. There we go, cheeky little plug. We do also have a non-German site that specialises in Jaguar and Land Rover, Range Rover, as well as other makes. So yes, that's also based in Worthing, so check them out. I will pop the details in the video description. So yes, long and short of it, did I buy a lemon? No. And in fact, the technicians, some of which are ex-Audi, and one of the office staff also worked at Audi, they're actually quite impressed by the condition of this car, particularly with the mileage it's done. So yeah, although it was quite a spontaneous purchase, which was a little bit rushed into, it looks like, fingers crossed, I've got a pretty good car here. So yeah, long may it continue. But yes, if you can think of a name, then please drop it in the comment section below. But apart from that, it's time for me to finish. Mrs. Car Obsession is waiting for me in the pub. Don't worry, I won't be drinking any alcohol, soft drinks only, because I'll be driving home. So yes, I really must get in the pub, join Patsy and my colleagues, because it's our little Christmas drink. Yes, thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope you have enjoyed it or found it useful. By the time you do watch it, it will be after Christmas, but I'm going to say Merry Christmas anyway. I hope you had a good one. In case this is going up before New Year's Eve, then Happy New Year to you. But yes, if you have enjoyed it or found it useful, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.